Hi, it's Illuminated. It's the reading for 2026. It's a little bit late coming in because I've not been too well, so I've had to wait for my voice to come back. So here's 2026's reading. I'd like to tell you that private readings are available. If you want a private reading rather than a collective reading, like this is for the collective consciousness, so it will resonate with whoever tunes in, whoever wants to listen. It should resonate with you. There may be something in it for you. If it doesn't resonate, it might not be the reading for you. But private readings are available, and all the details are in the description if you do want a private reading, because it will definitely be more tailored to your specific questions or situation. It will all be about you rather than for everyone. Okay, so let's start. 2026, what have we got coming in for 2026 for my listeners? If you could subscribe and share and like the post, comment. If you do comment, I will attempt to comment back to you. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. It helps the channel to grow and it helps me to continue. Right, 2026, we've got the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and this is for the year. Okay, so this will be the theme for the whole year. Right. 8 of Swords, I think you've been feeling quite trapped within a situation. It could be within a relationship, it could be within a career. Whatever it is, it's like you feeling like you're drowning, like you're sinking, and you can't get out of it, and you're just looking at yourself thinking, I don't know how to change this. Okay, well, I want to tell you that you are never, ever trapped completely. Some situations can keep you trapped for a while, but you are never trapped forever. And there is always a way around things, okay? If you just think about it and think about solutions, think about what you need to let go of in your life. I get the feeling that some of you need to let go of the things that have been tying you down in these last few years. And that could be people that don't resonate with you anymore. It could be situations. It could be a job that you're not happy with anymore. I just want to say, get rid of all the things that make you feel negative in your life right now. So make this a year of change, not only change within yourself, but change within your environment or people around you if you need to change that. Okay, just be more sort of genuine and authentic about what you want in life, and also be more bold. Be bold enough to say no to things that don't resonate with you. Be bold enough to say, no, I don't want you in my life. Be bold enough to say, no, I'm not putting up with that anymore. That would be my advice for this year. It's a year of you being you. It's a year of you leading the way and getting the life that you want. But sometimes you have to let certain things go to achieve that. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles, I do sense that your goals are quite near to fruition. That's what I'm getting at mostly with this. Your goals are quite near to fruition. I think you're kind of in that sort of in-between stage where you've had ideas and you just need to get on with them. Now, it's not going to happen straight away. I do get that sense that it will take a bit of time, but I want to say just slowly and steadily go towards what it is you want to do with your life. I'm seeing projects. They could be creative projects, musical projects, artistic projects. You could be getting onto a stage, some of you. You could be just basically going for promotion at work. You could be wanting to start a new craft and get it out to other people to share it with them. There's something that you're wanting to do that is good for other people. And I think the universe will always support you if you do things that are good for other people, okay? They will always support you. If it's just about you being selfish and wanting like lots of money and and it's all very shallow, then it won't happen. You won't get the support. But if you actually genuinely want to help people with what you are doing, and it's good for the world, it's good for the universe, it's good for you, you will always get that sort of support. Yeah. The 10 of Swords, I think you've come to the end of a phase. Mercury is leaving now, as we know, so there will be no more trudgery, sludgery, all the things that you've been wading through treacle for a long, long time, and I've felt it, and I know a lot of people have felt it. And it's now time in 2026 for things to to elevate. It's time to leave that old life behind. It's time to leave the old you behind, maybe. And things are going to start moving for you now. You've come to the end of a cycle, and it's been a very important cycle, and you've probably gone through a lot of changes through this cycle, but that's how it's meant to be. That's how it's meant to be, okay. The Four of Wands. Some of you will maybe moving home. I am seeing a house move there. Some of you may move house in 2026. I do think you may be finding your stability with maybe new friends, or maybe just people coming into your life that you really bond with and resonate with. It could be a partner, but it could be just friends or people that you work with, colleagues. I just think you're going to be meeting more people that are on your wavelength this year, and they're going to help you have fun in life and enjoy yourself more, and you're going to feel a bit more on top of the world than you have done recently. The Eight of Cups shows you walking away, again, like I said, the end of a cycle. You are walking away from certain things in your life or certain people. That's very, very clear for this year. Okay, let's move on. I want to look at your animal. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's look at your power animal for this year. Let's see what animal is going to look over you this year, what kind of energy and vibe the animal is going to give you, what kind of advice they can give you. What's your power animal for this year? I mean, you'll have your own individual power animals as well. This is just an overall vibe. Woo, for the year, and that flew out, so we're going to get that. The Badger. Abandon, compromise, and fight valiantly for what you believe in. Fight valiantly, sorry, not flight. Abandon, compromise, and fight valiantly for what you believe in. So, yes, abandon, compromise, which is what I've just said. Don't compromise on situations that are second rate. Don't compromise and stay in situations or around people who aren't treating you well, or you feel that you're just not being treated fairly. It's time to stop compromising. A lot of us are people pleasers, and we continue to do that for the rest of our lives, and it doesn't actually achieve anything. People pleasing is very shallow. It's very outdated. There's nothing selfish about thinking about you, and there's nothing selfish about doing what's right for you. And the sooner people can realise that, the better, because we'll all evolve. If we all did what we genuinely, authentically wanted to do instead of just trying to please everyone around us, then we'd be a lot happier as souls, and we'd meet the right sorts of people as well. So the Badger is telling you this, okay? What else have we got? Let's have a look at what's the vibe. What's the vibe for 2026 for a lot of you? What's the vibe for the collective? What is the vibe? Just got March the 11th coming in. I do get dates if you've not seen me before. And I'd say write the date down in your diary and just put prediction or important date. Awake Illuminated, important date, and come back and tell me if something important did happen on that date, because I do get dates for reasons, and in the past they have proved to be very sort of accurate for people, you know, when something significant's happened on those dates. Or it could even be an anniversary or a birthday of somebody who's passed, or it could just be an important date for you in general. So, but March the 11th has come in. Okay, what's the vibe? We've got healing, self-care, introspection, meditation. So it is important to look after yourself this year. Like I said, no more people pleasing, no more going that extra mile just so that you score brownie points. Look after yourself, and also take time to deal with yourself, because if you don't face things head on, then you're not going to evolve. If you don't face yourself and face any issues that you've got, or look at any problems that you've got, you're not going to evolve. And you'll just stay as you are. You'll be stagnant, okay? So healing can take a lot of introspection, as it says there, and meditation. For some of you, if you can meditate. Some people can't meditate, and if you can't, I'd say go for a walk, you know, walk in nature. Go somewhere where you can relax and let those thoughts and feelings come into your mind that you need, you know, sort things out in your mind as you're doing that, okay? Some people can just lay in a bath with candles and think about things. Some people go for a drive. But if you can meditate, it is good. 5-10 minutes a day would be adequate, I'd say. There are lots of guided meditations on YouTube that you can access for nothing. and they can help you to get in touch with your inner self, to get in touch with what's happening in your life and your mind deep down. Vacay, get away, relax, have fun. So some of you will be ordering a holiday, will be booking a holiday. You will be going on vacation, some of you. If you can't afford to go away, then I'd say just do things that are relaxing rather than being on the treadmill of life. And I know that's difficult, but when you have got spare time, make sure it counts. Make sure you do something relaxing. You don't always have to go anywhere. Some of you just are happy staying at home, just relaxing, pampering yourself, watching that program that you wanted to watch, reading that book, thinking about yourself, self-care, self-love. You don't always have to go away, but some of you will be going away. So if you've got this burning ambition to get somewhere, go. But if you haven't, get away just from normal life, get away from the treadmill. That's how I see that, okay? Drowning over your head, overextended rock bottom. Some of you feel that you are drowning because things aren't going to plan. If you start to feel like that, because I know I felt like that in recent years, and you have to try and stop. There's no other way around it but to try and stop. If you have sick pay, take some sick time if you need to be off work. If you need, just like I said, when you're not working or you're not doing anything, just to just sit still and get the calmness into your mind. Try to be calm. Don't let your thoughts carry on chattering in your mind. Bring calmness in. And you will come up with solutions. You will come up with solutions. Your guides can help you when you're at your calmest and when you haven't got anything going off in your mind, when you're at your stillest. And when you're asleep, when you're dreaming, they can come in as well. So watch out for that as well. You might want to write your dreams down. But you're not going to be drowning for long. I do get the feeling that you may panic a little because you don't know what to do or how to change things. But if you stop panicking and sit still and just think about the solutions, there will be a solution. And sometimes they can be miraculous. They can come out of nowhere. Distance, divorce, ghost of separation. Okay, some of you may be drowning in a relationship, which is not good. So you may need to be getting out of that. If you aren't in that situation, then it may be that you need to distance yourself from certain individuals in your life that have not made you feel very good. It may be that you just need to distance yourself from doing anything, to rest, recuperate, build your energy back up and your confidence. Okay, so that's a theme for 2026, it seems, for a lot of you. Looking after yourself and deciding who you want in your life and what you want in your life. Okay. What are these cards? Okay. Yeah, let's have a look at these for 2026. What else have we got for 2026? For my lovely listeners. Okay. The all-encompassing hand. Wow. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. Very cryptic. The divine has held your hand for so long it feels your sacred flesh as its own. The love that seals that divine hand fast is so powerful that one could spin the universe upon its axis and still your hands would be joined, gently and enduringly. Be reassured of blessings forthcoming in unwavering love and sublime friendship. So the universe, the way I interpret that is that the universe is bringing people into your life that are going to love you, care about you. They're going to be there no matter what. They're not just going to ditch you when you're having a rough time. They're not just going to think, she's not as much fun as she was. They're going to stay with you. You could be meeting a partner this year, and I am going to do a bit of a love reading very shortly. So keep watching, keep listening, because love readings will be part of this, okay? The all-encompassing hand, I think, is somebody coming in or people coming in to support you and to be with you because they genuinely love who you are. They genuinely love who you are. They value you. And that is very, very important. What else have we got? 2026, what else have we got? The Ten of Swords, the Empress, the Four of Swords, the Queen of Swords, a lot of swords, the Eight of Wands. Wow. So the Ten of Swords, again, this is like what we had earlier. It's like coming to the end of a cycle in your life. So something has ended. It's a new beginning. It's a new way of thinking, and it's a new you this year. You may be changing your image. You may be changing how you deal with people. You may be changing how you live your life from day to day. You may be getting into new, healthier routines. You may be just ditching the old life, the negatives that you've had in the past, for something a lot more sort of positive and productive for you. The Empress, that's you coming into your own skin. That's you coming in. You've got loyalty around you. You've got people who want to support you doing what you want to do in life. You've got people who really actually kind of admire you for who you are and what you are. And I also feel that you're going to be so happy in your new life and new skin. Whatever you decide to be this year, you can be anything you want to be. And you're going to put you first. And you're going to be very happy with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. The Four of Swords, again, it's that feeling of being trapped, but you're not trapped. Those swords aren't actually touching her at all. They're in the distance. It looks like they are, but they're not. And that's the whole vibe of that card. You know, you feel trapped in a situation, or you've felt trapped, but you're not. There are ways around things. Okay. I just want to say there are ways around things, and you can get out of the situation that you think you're stuck in. Okay. Sometimes we have to be flexible. We have to not resist change, because if you want to leave someone, you've got to make plans. It's no good sitting there and thinking, well, I don't want to leave my home. I don't want to move on because I'm comfortable where I am. I just don't want to be with that person. You've got to make those changes to get away from that person. You've got to be brave enough to do that this year. And you've got to be brave enough to move forwards towards what you want, to be happy. You've got to search for that happiness, but don't resist change, because change always brings a result. If you sit still, it will stay the same. The Queen of Swords, again, cutting ties with things that don't serve you well anymore. I'd say speak your truth as well. I think that's you speaking your truth to people. You're not going to beat around the bush anymore. You're going to tell people exactly what you think, and you're going to cut ties with anybody or anything that doesn't resonate with you anymore, or you're not happy with. The cat is shown, and I know cats are very, some people think they're mercenary, but do you know what? They're actually like Zen masters. They really do understand the sort of the concept of having what you want and doing what you want in life. You know, if they want a stroke, they'll come to you. If they don't, they might even scratch you, but they might just walk off. They just know what they want when they want it, and it may seem mercenary, but it's not. It's just them being them. It's like they're being very genuine and authentic. Be like the cat. Just do what really resonates with you this year, and be around people who resonate with you. The Eight of Wands, I do see at some point, after a bit of a gap, I'd say 2 or 3 months' time, I do feel that things will start to move a bit more quickly. You might find in spring, I'm getting spring, March, April, I'm seeing that you will start to move quickly with things, like projects that you've been waiting to get on with will start to move. Anything that's been stuck will start to move. You might finally decide to leave that person. You might finally decide to move home, but it's all happening around March, April time. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay, so I hope that resonates with a lot of you. Okay. We will do a love reading. I'm going to go on to the love reading now, actually, because I do feel that obviously if you're going to meet someone this year, it's important. It is important that we have a love reading for some of you, okay? Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. Oh, look. There they are. Cupid's arrow strikes. So romance is definitely coming in for some of you this year. Definitely. If you're looking for romance, it's on its way. It's on its way. Beautiful pictures, these cards as well, but that's the message. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So if you've been waiting for somebody for a long time, Stop watching it, stop waiting, stop desperately seeking it. Just live your life. Be happy as an individual. That's really important. If you're happy as an individual, then people come into your life. You've got to concentrate on you, and you've got to be happy. Don't go looking for love is the main message here, because if you try too hard, it won't come, or it'll just take longer. And if you don't think about it and stop desperately looking for it, when it does come, it's a bonus. And, you know, the time between now and meeting someone will go a lot quicker. Trust me on that. So make sure you're happy. Distract yourself from desperately seeking someone, okay? Oh, look at that. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Oh, somebody's coming, and it's going to be like a soulmate or a karmic relationship where you feel that you were definitely meant to be together. I'm going to look a little bit more into this, what kind of person this person's going to be. I think I'll go back to the light seers. So what kind of person is my listener going to meet this year? What kind of person are they going to meet this year? What's this person going to be like? It doesn't have to be gender specific. I'm not going into genders. It can be any gender, because it's for everyone, okay? Ooh, the moon. So the person could be quite deep. They may be a little bit deep on a negative side. You know, sometimes people can be a bit deep and a bit negative when you first meet them, or a bit look at things on the dark side. You might find that they have got that in them, but it's probably because they've been extremely hurt in the past by someone else. So I think whoever you're going to meet, they might be a little bit hesitant about a relationship actually at first, because they've been so hurt in the past. And they don't really want to, they don't want to rush into things. I'm getting the feeling that you're going to have to be quite patient with this. I don't think they want to rush into things. Okay. They're very sensitive as well. I'm picking up that they're very, very sensitive, and they can be negative and positive. They sort of swing a bit. They may be a bit up and down when you first meet them, because like I said, they've had a rough time. So they're not necessarily going to be ready for a full-on relationship straight away. They're interested, and you will feel that it's a match that is karmic, it's fated. But let's say you're going to have to take it slow with this person. You're going to have to take it very slow. 8 of Swords. Some of them may still be tied to someone else, or they may be trapped. They may be going through a divorce. They may be, they may have just left someone. So again, that might make them feel that they can't just jump in. They've got to be a little bit cautious about that. Some of them may have children even. So I just say, make sure that you're not rushing this person. The 3 of Swords, because they've had heartbreak. They've had some real heartbreak in their life. So when you do meet them, they may have just come out of something like a divorce or a relationship breakup, and it's really broken their heart. So you are going to sort of have to be a little bit cautious, like I said. Let's look at what else it's got to say about this person. Oh, too many fall on the floor. Far too many. So let's shuffle. Yeah, I think this person is slightly damaged from what's happened in the past, but it doesn't mean that it can't be good for you, because once they've got the confidence back, they will be good for you again. I think, you know, around Valentine's Day, I'm actually seeing some good things happening for some of you as well. And I know that sounds cliche, but I am actually seeing February the 14th. So write that down, because I am feeling that some of you might meet somebody around that time. Okay, the Ace of Swords. This person is quite analytical. They're quite sharp. They're quite blunt. They're very creative, and they've got lots of ideas, and they're quite ambitious as well. I'm feeling an ambition with this person. They might be very scientific in the way that they think, very mathematical minded, but it doesn't mean they can't be creative with that as well. They're probably just very high on attention to detail. They're very sort of set on their own pathways, where they know what they want out of life, and you will not be able to stop them doing what they want to do. Now, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that, you know, they want to do certain things in life, and you're going to have to let them do those things, because it's very important to them. Okay. The world. They will become your world. This person will become, it will make you feel on top of the world as well. You will have so many, there's so much depth with you both. So much depth of emotion. Yeah, I just feel like there's so many different levels to this relationship, and there's so many different things going on. You've got a lot to offer each other, you really have. And there could be a spiritual element to this as well. You might both be into your spiritual things as well. You might both be quite psychic, or you might go to spiritual places, or you might be into, I don't know, going to spiritual retreats or things like that. But it just feels like there's a spiritual element to this relationship. Okay. I'm going to shuffle again. What else have we got about this person? The Four of Swords. They may actually quite like hermiting themselves away sometimes. That's not the Hermit card, but I do feel that they may like their home comforts. They may not want to go out that much. They may want to just get on with their projects, like I said, and their goals and ambitions. They may lack in confidence a little bit as well. You may have to draw them out of their shell a little bit. That's what I'm getting with this. I want to pull another card. They're very loving, but they'll only love the people that they're close to. They don't spread it to like loads and loads of masses of people. They're quite loyal, but they have one or two friends. The Star. Yeah, you'll both reinvent yourselves. This relationship could transform you as a person. I get the feeling it's going to be a relationship that's not exactly like one you've had before. It could be that it's not exactly what you expected. It's a little bit unusually different. It feels different. You might find that it's actually transforming you. It's making you look at relationships in a different way. Almost like, you know, everything that you've had before has felt good, but it's felt a little bit false maybe. Or you couldn't be your authentic self. And what you've got now is a really mature relationship where you have a lot of passion for each other, but you also have that individuality as well. There's a lot of space between you, so you can go off and do your own things and then come back together. You're not joined at the hip constantly, and you'll need your own space within the relationship. I get that feeling. And maybe you're not used to having that in a relationship. Maybe you're used to being joined at the hip with someone and doing everything together and having exactly the same, exactly the same interests and things like that. And that's not always how it needs to be. It's good to be an individual. It's good to be different. It's good to have, you've got to have plenty in common as well, don't get me wrong. But it is good to be a little bit different. Oh, sorry about that. That's my ring. So let's have a look a bit further into this person that's coming in. I want to ask actually when it's coming in. Let's see when it's coming. How many months? Let's look at months, because I don't think it's going to be like instant. Let's look at months. How many months until this person comes into their life? How each card is a month. How many months? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, it looks like 2. It definitely looks like 2, because that's the only card with a couple on. It's the only card with 2 people there. So I'm going to say around 2 months. Around 2 months you might meet this person. So that makes it March, doesn't it? And I said things might take off for you in spring. Absolutely. So let's go back to 2026. What else have we got for my listeners? For the collective, what else have we got? Peace from Cryon. Cryon is a being that's channeled through Lee Carroll. I don't know if you've ever heard of Cryon, but you can listen to him on YouTube. And these are the Cryon cards. Peace from Cryon. So I feel the energy of the Cryon entourage and the soft whispers of the third language that reaches me from across the veil. I feel the energy of spirit, the energy of home, and know that I have found an eternal peace that is always within me. Well, that is basically about what we've been talking about. It's about meeting people who are on the same wavelength as you, who resonate with you, and you feel completely at home with them and at peace with them. Right, I'm going to shuffle again because they were actually stuck together. So I'm not having that. No. So what else have we got from Cryon? Oh, love and compassion. I am a spiritually evolved, enlightened human. I demonstrate compassionate action and love in my daily life. Okay, so it could be that you have recently evolved, or you have been evolved for some time. You might be a very old soul, and you're an enlightened person. You demonstrate compassion and love in your daily life. So you come from a place of love towards people, and you want to be loved back. You come from a deep place of love. You don't try to put out negative vibes onto people. You don't try and put people down. You try to, everything you do, you try to do it for people's highest good and your highest good as well. So I think you're quite an evolved soul. I think you're a very evolved soul. Changing DNA. Everything within my cellular structure is changeable because each molecule is a piece of God. Now, if you don't believe in God, you can say universe, the divine. I am whole, I am healthy, and I'm holy. So this is about changing your health. If you've not been feeling very well, Cryon believes, and I believe to some extent, that you can actually change what's wrong within your body to some degree. Now, you may have to ask your innate, they call it innate. That's where your two minds are separate, like your brain and your body are two separate things. There's a physical self, and the innate is kind of the physical part of you. And you can talk to that innate and say, right, I want you to change my molecular structure. I want you to change my DNA so that I'm not feeling as unwell. I want you to change my body so that I can not react to certain things in my life and certain illnesses and allergies and things like that. You can actually try and change that, and it can improve things. Now, it does mean that some of you may get a feeling that you need to change what you're eating. You might need to change what your lifestyle. Okay, so, it doesn't come miraculously on a magic wand. Sometimes you have to change your ways as well to make those changes in your body. Okay, so if you are having like a sort of a time where you've been quite poorly and you're under the weather and you're feeling fatigued, it might be that you need to change your diet. It might be that you need to change your lifestyle, calm it down a little bit, rest more, less drinking, no smoking, all of those things that are, bad for you, I guess. So it is possible to change things, but you've got to be open to change. You've got to put the work in. It doesn't work like magic, unfortunately. If it did, oh, we'd all be 100% healthy, wouldn't we? Okay, so what else have we got for 2026? What else have we got for my listeners? We have the Seven of Wands. We have the King of Cups. We have Temperance again. And we have the Hanged Man. Yeah. So, this seems to be a running theme. The Seven of Wands, I feel that you are... It's like you've been kind of staving evolvement off, if that makes sense. You've not been wanting to look at things or yourself for a while. You've not been wanting to deal with things for a while. And now this year it is time to deal with things. It's time to go deeper within yourself and think about what needs to be changed and what patterns you're repeating, like I said a bit earlier. So this is about kind of not being so resistive to change, not being so resistive to becoming more advanced, more healthy. It really is. People sometimes look down on being healthy. There are a lot of people that can be healthy, but some people look down on being healthy, like it's something that they just can't do. And there's nothing wrong with being healthy. There's nothing wrong with cutting down on toxins and not burning the candle at both ends. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. I'd say some of you really need to look at that. That's when the King of Cups comes in, you see. Your partner, who's got deep love for you, then comes in when you've made these changes about yourself. This is why it's going to take time. These are saying it's going to take time. That's the Temperance card. You've got to look after you first. And you've also got to look at the Hanged Man, because it's saying it's not going to be a quick process. Okay, it's not going to be a quick process, but I do feel that the King of Cups will come in once you've stopped resisting change in yourself and your own life. I hope that makes sense. I know that's, it's a harsh lesson to learn sometimes. We all have to do things we don't want to do. We all have to make changes that we don't want to change. And it's not always easy, and it takes a long time to get your head around. But once you do it, you'll realise that it was healthier, it was better. You're more evolved, and that's when things open up. Success comes in. You know, a new person comes in. That's when things start opening up, when you've evolved. What else have we got? Okay, we've got a new romance, refreshing current relationship, positive relationships at work, a surge of creativity, receiving financial assistance, good news regarding finances. So abundance is the title of this. So you are going to get the new romance, which we've been talking about. You're going to get refreshing new relationships into your life. It might be other relationships as well, not just this one. You're going to feel more positive about your relationships at work. You're going to have a surge in creativity. So you might start getting ideas from nowhere, creative ideas that, excuse me, creative ideas that you've basically not had before. You might be really pushing the boundaries this year with your creativity. You might be really going for it and really doing something unusual, something that's something like you've never done before for some of you, okay? You may be receiving financial assistance or good news. So it could be that somebody helps you with debts, or somebody brings more money to you, or you get a job where you can start to pay your debts off, or you can have more money in general. Some of you will be getting jobs, definitely. So that's an amazing card to get for 2026. Amazing card to get. The Fool. Again, a new exciting relationship, a casual romance, starting a new job, launching a business, a refreshing change at work, impulsive purchases, new financial possibilities. Some of you may be jumping in at the deep end and taking risks that you've never taken before. Some of you may have a casual romance, but I think a lot of you will be getting the deep, long-lasting relationship that you want. Okay, some of you will be jumping into a new career, a new job, launching a business. If that resonates with you, take that. Impulsive purchases. Now, I'd say only be impulsive about purchases if you've got the means to do it, and if it feels that it's something that will really enhance your life. But take the risk. You know, don't spend for the sake of it. If it's a big purchase like a house or a holiday or a new piece of equipment that's going to help you and it feels right, then go for it. But just make sure you've got the finances to do it, of course. Okay. Suffering. Okay. Breakup, arguments, conflict, separation, deep sadness and tears, workplace conflicts, job loss, loss of assets, division of finances after a breakup. Right. Now, I think some of you may be going through this. Some of you may have gone through this last year and you may be still going through this now. It may be that you need to break up with somebody to get the new relationship. It may be that you're going through a divorce already, or you're going through a split and you're trying to sort your finances out with this person. I do feel that the finances will be okay. I sense that you will come to some agreement. You will eventually come to some agreement and the arguments will stop and the stress will stop. Okay, so it could be the end of the stress and the end of arguments and negative things in your life this year, especially where relationships are concerned and financial stress as well. Okay, let's look at the Voyager Tarot. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, shall we? The Six of Cups, the Devil, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Wands. Okay, we've got sorrow, the devil, ecstasy and purity. Wow, that's a transformation, isn't it? Six of Cups. I feel that you may be leaving things behind from your past and you may be going towards new things that remind you of happier times. So it could be that you're emptying out all the negatives and you're finding a new you, but it makes you feel nostalgic. It makes you feel like your old self again. You're coming back into your old self. The devil, you're saying no to things that aren't good for you anymore. You're saying no to people that aren't good for you anymore. Jobs that aren't good for you anymore. financial situations, no to the lifestyle that's not good for you, addictions, eating too much, drinking too much, whatever it is that you're doing, not enough exercise. You are saying no to all of these things this year, and that transforms you into a place of ecstasy where you've got the Ace of Cups. You start diving deeper into yourself. You start diving deeper into your own emotions. You start diving deeper into your projects that you absolutely love doing. You start finding you again. It's a transformation. Look at the butterfly. It's a complete transformation of your life. You've left the rocks behind. It's all going to blossom and flower this year. The Two of Wands, purity. You may become more pure, as in you're reaching into your higher self there. Look at that. That's like a window to the divine, like a window to the spiritual realms. So you may be enhancing your intuition. You may be going on spiritual courses or retreats. You may be detoxing. You may be getting rid of things like, foods that are manufactured badly, foods that have things in that don't suit you, sugar, alcohol, tobacco, whatever it is that you do that's not pure, that's not good. You may be starting to think, right, I'm going to live a more pure life now, because it takes you higher to your higher self. It takes you nearer to your higher self, should I say. And it takes you towards your more pure spiritual self. And that's what you're aiming for this year. I want to get one more. Change. 8 of Worlds. Yeah. There's a lot of change coming in this year for you, but it's change for the better. It's change for the better. You're leaving the outmoded ideas behind. You leave things that have felt stagnant. You're leaving that behind. You're going towards new, happier climates. And I don't mean just moving physically. Some of you may be, but I mean just happier climates in your own brain, happier times, happier emotions. Yep. So this is all good. It's all good for 2026. Okay. Check what's the vibe. Have we got anything else that we need to say about 2026? And you, what do you need to know? What's going on underneath, deep down in you? What's going on? What's the vibe? Recharge. Breathe, let go, clear your mind. It's like what I said earlier. Take some time out for yourself, whether it's meditation or just resting or a holiday. However you want to do it, make sure you recharge and look after yourself this year. Salty, bitter, angry, petty. Right, get rid of anybody who's being bitter with you, angry, petty, negative towards you, draining your energy like vampires. Get rid of all that. Anybody who's being competitive, anybody who's just saying nasty things, little put downs, get rid of all of that and go towards people that are good for you and are positive. And also I would say, if you're being sort of bitter, if you're feeling bitter and angry and petty, let that go, move on from it, let it go. If you've said your piece, leave it, just move on and start having more positive thoughts in your mind, because whatever you think in your mind brings in reality. So, whatever you think will turn into a physical reality. So if you think positive things, you will get more positive things happening in your life. Lust. Ooh, greed by any means necessary, inconsiderate. Okay, so it might not just be lust about a person. I think that's a warning. It's saying, don't be greedy. Don't be manipulative and calculating. We all know that person, don't we, who suddenly appears out of nowhere to see how you are, or starts commenting on your posts on Facebook or on social media, but actually they're just after something. They're then later on in a couple of weeks going to ask you to do something for them. We all know that kind of person, and that's just manipulative and calculating. And I just think you need to be away from people like that. It's not good. Harmony. Make this year about harmonizing and balancing things. Peace, happiness. Make this year about that. Don't upset the apple cart. Try and stick around situations that make you feel full of harmony. I want to put one more down from this card deck. I like this card deck a lot. What's the vibe? I like it. Antisocial. In your feelings, silent treatment, left out. Okay, so now you've either been feeling antisocial because you need the rest, which I know I've said some of you do, or you've been feeling silent, like you've had the silent treatment from people, or you've been left out. and so you're feeling antisocial, because it can make you feel like that. If people just ignore you, or they don't check up on you, or they don't say how are you, and they don't, when you've actually said to them, you know, especially if you've said to them, I'm not feeling very good, and then nobody contacts you, I think that's really, it's not very nice, and it makes you feel very negative, like nobody's bothered. You need to find people who are going to bother and who are going to contact you, and just see how you're doing, because you might have been feeling antisocial for a reason. Most people are antisocial for a reason, because they don't feel well enough or good enough to reach out. They don't feel that they might be too stressed. They might be too down. They might be just not functioning very well because of what's happening in their life. So you need to be aware of that, you know. Okay, one more. Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, success. Be hopeful this year, because I do think that whatever you try to achieve this year, you're going to succeed. I think you're finally going to get the success that you've wanted for a long time this year. Like I said, Mercury's gone. It's not like treading through mud anymore. It's going to move. Things are going to move. The positives are going to occur this year. Okay. What have we got now? Starseed. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the Starseed cards. Woo! Yeah, we'll take that. Flew out. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Right, yeah. So don't just follow the sheep. Don't follow the crowd. Don't do what everybody else does if you don't agree with it. Do what's right for you. And forge ahead in your own individual, unusual way. Because you are an individual, and it's your life and it's your pathway. Okay? You know, like it says, be the leader you wish you had, and you will actually be a good influence for other people, and you will actually inspire other people to do the same. And that's how change occurs in this world. If you live your life, lead by example. If you live your life a certain way and it inspires other people, it will catch on. Like a disease, it catches on. They will catch it. They'll catch the good vibes. And they'll start living like that as well. And then it moves on to somebody else. It passes on to somebody else. And that's how the world changes. That's how the world changes for the better. So lead by example. Live the life that you want to live by. And live in a world that you want it to be like. I know that sounds a bit weird. What I'm trying to say is that, you know, live how you want to live. Live your best life. And live sort of how you want the world to be, even if it's not quite like it should be. Live it as if it is, if that makes sense, because it will change. It will change to whatever you want it to be. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. So yeah, rest, recuperate, slow down, stop, take time in nature, take some walks out in nature. A new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. There is a lot of new frequency around at the moment, and a new earth is evolving right now. The frequencies are splitting, and you're getting the old crew that don't make the changes that they should be making, or that they could be making to evolve, and they stay where they are, and they end up staying in the old life. You get the new crew who are a bit more evolved, who are open to spiritual progression, who are more positive, and that is where the new life sort of comes in, and the new world comes in. So I think it is going in two different directions, and you've got to decide which direction you're going in and how you want to live your life, because it will matter later on. Okay. The Seas of Mintaka. Wow, Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So again, it's about awakening people who are a little bit unconscious, awakening yourself, going into the light, into the spiritual sort of evolvement, rather than staying stagnant as you are and becoming unevolved. Okay, so once you bring yourself out of the darkness and into the light, and you evolve as a person, you will awaken other people. And that's exactly what I was saying about this. It's being the leader. Lead by example. Some people even understand how you want to live. Some people won't understand you as a person. They won't understand your motives, your behaviours. But if you're coming from a place of involvement and a higher sort of frequency, then that's all that matters. Nobody else has to understand it. They don't have to understand it. Just be you. Okay, this is the last one. 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, Desire, Revelation. So I think some of you, like I said before, some of you have been quite bored. You've been quite stuck. You've been feeling quite stagnant. You've been feeling anxious about things. You've probably been feeling like you're just trapped. Once you raise your frequency and you start to realize that you can do whatever you want to do, and you can start thinking differently, and you can start to be that new person that you want to be, that new you, that's when your desires come to fruition. That's when your desires come to fruition. You've got to think outside of the box. You've got to think differently to what you have done to evolve. That's the main message I'm getting for this year. And then the revelation, that's when everything happens. That's when your success comes in. The life that you've wanted to live comes in. You start to see the light. You start to see how you should be living. You start to see what you've been missing out on for a long, long time. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, but that's what I feel I've got for you for 2026. Please subscribe. Like I said, if you've enjoyed the reading and you want to look at my other readings, subscribe. There will be more readings coming in for this year. It was a bit slow starting this year, but it will be coming in quite regularly. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Take care.